Cancel.
Schweezy.
If you identify as either a conservative or a progressive, do you literally believe those on the other end of the political spectrum are evil or stupid, even though those on each side number in tens of millions? Okay. I generally fall on, like, because I generally think, and I saw this on election day, and I really do try to go with this. I don't really vote for someone, because people voted for Trump, like, as if like he was a god among men. I don't think about politicians like that. Because people were thinking, like, who, I'm gonna elect my next savior. I'm like, no. Basically, what you're doing is you gotta choose people you're voting for as if you're, like, getting a bus to a specific location. Whereas, like, this doesn't get me where I need to go, but it's gonna get me close enough. And you always want to vote on the idea of close enough. Like, if I lived in Pennsylvania, I would have voted for John Fetterman. I have no shame in that. I would vote for John because he was funny on the internet. And I realize now that I'm following him on TikTok, and I'm like, I don't know if it's going to be funny anymore because he's not just harassing Dr. Oz. But yeah, so I guess I fall on the left side just because of a lot of policies I believe in. I believe in, like, gay rights, or the LGBT, I feel that I want women to be able to have control of their body regardless, even though, like, I'm a man, and I'm talking to people who are like, I think abortion is murder. I'm like, I don't think abortion is murder. I don't, I've seen fetuses. Those things are not human. Those are aliens. They look like aliens. They look like monsters until they become actual babies. Even actual babies, once they're actually born, are, like, kind of monsters, to be honest with you. It takes a couple months. Once they get fat, they gotta fatten up. Drink that titty milk. They gotta fatten up. And I always want to vote against racist policies, and especially because in Missouri they had, like, a amendment of, like, should like, areas be forced to fund police and stuff like that. I'm like, no, because I don't believe we should be. I mean, there's, like, someone's having a mental health crisis, like, a social worker is gonna be better than a guy with a gun who's just trigger happy, so, and stuff like that. So when, like, people think about the other sides, and I just say, like, the whole LGBT rights I'm very passionate about. I don't think black people should be killed by police officers, and I don't really like police as a white person to begin with, because they really just, they patrol poor people, and they really try to steal money from poor people, and just do a lot of fucking shit. And also, I grew up Christian, and to be honest with you, Jesus was a socialist. I'm sorry if that offends you as a fucking white alpha male. Beta alpha. But Jesus was a socialist, and it's time to fucking grow up and remember that, and stuff like that. So, and I think that a lot of times, like, I don't see people as conservatives, progressive, unless they make that their personality and shit like that. But it comes to a point where it's like, I'm not going to argue with you about why you need to be a good person. Like, I'm not going to argue about why you should be a good person. Like, that shit, and call me a liberal all you want, fucking comments, but I'm going to say it. Like, I'm not going to argue with you on why you should be a good person. Hey, you don't want kids being shot and murdered in a school, and you want to argue me on that? I'm not going to argue with you on why you should be a good person. That's not... This show is an hour and a half usually, hour and a half plus, and I talk about nonsense. And the nonsense of having a conversation with you, saying that, arguing with you why you should be a good person, and be like, maybe kids shouldn't be murdered in school. Okay, well, I guess I shouldn't have this bazooka anymore. Like, I'm not going to have that argument with you. We're done. We're done. No more arguing about that with you. Hey there, you just checked out a highlight from Cancel Schweezy. Thank you very much. I'm glad that you learned something and that you are now a smarter individual. Just so you know, we have full episodes and other many highlights available now. Click here for the next best thing that you can go check out as well. And make sure you press that subscribe button and press that notification bell. That way you get updated anytime we make a new post or anytime that we make a new highlight or full episode. So thank you, honk if you love butt drugs, and stay awesome.